name is Jonathan Craig. I am from Weatherford, born in Weatherford, Texas, and currently I work out of Washington, Tacoma, where I also go to Gracie Barra Tacoma School. I am here visiting my family, and I found this back when I was a brand new white belt. I found this YouTube channel on Jiu-Jitsu, and I was listening to the guy, and he had a lot of great info about the history, the belt system, what it means, time and tenure, a lot of things that kind of weren't explained. So, it was explained more in depth. And so I saw that he was out of Texas and fairly close to me, and I was like, oh, next time I'm here in Texas, I'm gonna make an effort to come out there and try it out myself. This is supposed to be my vacation, but I've now come to Jiu-Jitsu where I was doing it 2 times a week to now I'm doing it whenever I can, 3 to 4 times a week, every once in a while 5, and then, like I say, I'm coming here to learn a different kind of Jiu-Jitsu that I'm being taught to maybe add more skills to what I already don't have. So that's kind of my level of enthusiasm that Jiu-Jitsu has had on me. I feel like I've gotten a lot of fundamentals from with Gracie Barra, being only a white belt, I'm second stripe white belt, but then being here, I've also, like I said, like in actual class, hey, they're striking like, you know, so now it's forced me to think about like, okay, let me put my hands up to my face and protect me. So it gave me another level of dimension that I already didn't have learning. And maybe that's not the best thing for a white belt, already adding something up, but it's giving me something else to think about as far as the self-defense aspects of Jiu-Jitsu, which sometimes gets muddied. And so I learned, like I said, I did, and then they had a judo class. So I came to the 6:30 judo class, and I learned just on takedowns, which was something that I'm not very comfortable with. And like I said, this is what common also, like, hey, I can go and work on my takedown. I literally did an hour class of judo takedowns, and then we did more takedowns. So it's like I've gotten more takedowns just in this 2-hour time that I've been in Kama than, you know, because sometimes we don't always start from that. Jiu-Jitsu is about the ground. So sometimes takedowns are just enough to get the person to the ground, but not mastering it. And I've been on the bad side of it was a good throw. I don't know the name of the throw, but it was another student in my class, and he had experience with judo, and we were working on takedowns, and he just took me, and I just was like, whoa, like going over, and the throw alone put me out of commission. Not like I was injured. Well, I hurt my face. I just hurt several points on me hurt, you know, because it was like he had mastered his throw, obviously. And so that's where I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, they got a judo class. They got a beginner's this. They have like all these different kind of classes, and that's why I brought myself. So that would be really great to be comfortable, or getting more comfortable with getting that person to the ground in a self-defense situation as well. And we're pretty laid back at Gracie Barra, and here it's even more laid back, and everyone's very friendly. You know, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm the new guy, and oh, everyone's gonna try to get it, oh, we're gonna, you know, eat this new guy. I didn't feel like that at all. Everyone was very patient. The teachers, Ryan himself, you know, everybody, we could ask, you know, not that we can't ask questions, but I just like the laid back environment you could ask questions. Well, hey, what if I move this elbow, or if I do this? And there's some things that I ask, like, hey, I've learned it this way. Is that right? Yeah, that's the right way, but here's something to tweak that move just a little bit more to learn it. And that's, like I said, that can make all the difference. And like I said, we're no gi. So that's always another dimension, because at Gracie Barra, like we do the gis throughout the year, and then one day after class we might do no gi. So it's again learning another element, but I'm willing to learn if someone's willing to teach me, and this seemed like a good opportunity. So, you know, looking at my footwork and the leverage of the body on top, because a lot of times, if you've ever, like with some competition, two people are spinning in a circle and they're holding on and they're certain, so someone's waiting to pull guard, and other times, so it's just this thing. Sometimes it never goes to the ground because I don't want to go down to the ground, you don't want to go to the ground, and so it's quite funny watching it. And so I plan to compete in November. So, which I didn't plan on getting into, but I was like, wow, I want to try it out. So, hey, let me go to KAATARO. I'm going to try add some things to work on. But, just that alone, just sitting there like, oh, let me learn how to cut my feet together and sweep the end. Like maybe in class, we don't have time to learn how you're sweeping the foot, learn how it's cupping it and going along. It's like all these very small to master it. And I feel like I really got a handle on working back and forth on it. And that is exactly why I think it's Zach, because the sensei wasn't here today. So I think Zach is the name. He was teaching the judo part of it. And like I said, he took the time to really explain it to me, and was like, he was getting his reps in, but he was probably also helping himself, like focusing on the super fundamentals for someone like me. So he's getting something from it and I'm getting on it to how to make something just perfectly right. So when I do execute it, like I said, again, that taking the time to me could have just, yeah. So.
Yeah, that razor sharp kind of.
Right. And even though it's fun, it's something that it might be something that I could use and I remember to drag how I'm dragging the angle of my foot.
Okay. Now, real talk. Was there anything you didn't like about coming here?
I don't think so. I mean, being here, it felt like just another jiu-jitsu class, but in its own way, not in I don't think I saw anything like, oh, that's unsafe or that's unsanitary or, oh, they're not really protecting each other. No, it felt just like jiu-jitsu people. Like I said, there's no one head hunting coming for the new guy, and I also have to be graceful when I'm coming in here, knowing that I'm going to come in here and I'm going to show off or learn, and it's both sides, right? So I wish to learn if something is different from what I've been taking. That's what they allowed me to ask that. Hey, this was a little like hooking the leg. Do I hook the leg? No. This is why you don't hook the leg. Or maybe not necessarily you don't, but maybe here's why I wouldn't hook the leg. Because this could happen. And he's like, oh, so it's something to think about. So if you can hook the leg still, but just be careful, that might happen if you hook the leg and it might open up to that. So again, I didn't find anything that, like I said, I'm gonna come back. I'm probably gonna do Thursday and Friday. I'm in Weatherford, so I'm an hour and a half away, so I can't do as many as I would, but I'm gonna try to do a class at least while I'm here. And like I said, the people were great. Ryan himself, I got to roll around with the professor, it's a professor in Gracie, but it's just Ryan. It just felt like guys who had been rolling around with each other for 5 years, and they're just like, oh yeah, just come in here and have fun with us, and that's all jiu-jitsu. It's really how Ryan is, how I feel like how he is on YouTube, very laid back person, very focused on techniques, and I want you to learn the self-defense and why that matters. And I said, maybe it won't be the best thing for competition, but it's an everyday life thing, and it's not disregarding what you've learned, but it's just here's something to think about.
It's just something different.
Right, and like I said, it's something different. It's something you can use because it's fundamentals. And like I said, it's a great environment. I would recommend it to anyone who asks me if there was someone in the area and I say, hey, there's a jiu-jitsu class. I would say, go there. Go there if you can. Because that way you don't have to worry about. You just have people in there who are looking out for. I saw there was another first student in there with me, John, and they were just like, oh, hey, shake your hand. Here's who I am. Okay, here's what we're going to work on. Very much not like, look, new guy, we don't have time for this right now. We got this whole other class we got to do. And sometimes some class, not that but I've seen that. And so I'm glad that, someone else like myself who we could be like, all right, we're going to work on this and we're going to take it step by step and take it slow, because we ultimately want you to just get the technique, not just us use the reps against you,
Every day is somebody's first day.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
That's it. I've said all of it.
Cool. All right. Cut.